Yo, what's up, boys? Just wanted to talk about the fight last night between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. I want to start off by saying that was the
What's the
most
point of
pathetic fight I've
reliving
ever
our
seen.
shit? The hottest
Jake
rappers
should be
come
ashamed
here
of
for free
himself
points and
for
fast
yet
cash.
again choosing an old man to fight. He can never fight somebody who's young, who's a boxer, and is the same weight as him. He always has to have one of those not be the case with a fighter that he faces, and it's very pathetic. Um, I had Jake knocking him out in 3 rounds, and I thought 4 rounds maximum is where it would go. I thought Mike's only chance was winning it in the first round, maybe the second round as well, but not likely. Um, and I want to say that Jake Paul is a terrible, overrated fighter. For the people thinking it's rigged, you're fucking stupid and you have no clue what you're talking about. You can pull up all the old training footage of Mike Tyson you want to and say that it was rigged, but I seen some dumbass bitch on YouTube or on sorry, I seen some dumbass bitch on Twitter. That one famous girl that always tweets the Kira or whatever her fucking stupid ass name is, posted a video of Mike Tyson training 4 or 5 years ago and said that, oh wow, this might have been rigged. Like, bro, that's 5 fucking years ago. Like, that's 5 years ago of training footage, and you don't have any new training footage, and it's not even like amazing training footage. He's still old as fuck. He's still 53, 54 in that video. But that was 4 or 5 years ago, and that is the last time he was training compared to, before this training camp. But in all the new clips you see of Mike Tyson training, the reason you're seeing it, if you watch every clip of him, it's 2 second clips compiled on top of each other. It's literally like 2 seconds of him hitting, and then it cuts to another 2 seconds, then it cuts to another 2 seconds. And the reason I was trying to tell everyone, the reason that you were seeing it cut like that was because Mike Tyson can't do what he's doing in those clips for more than 30 seconds to a minute without getting tired. And that's why I told people he's going to gas out in the first 2 minutes, or the first 2 rounds, sorry. And you've seen him go to the bench if you watched it. If you didn't watch it, you're lucky. Don't even consider going and watching the highlights. By the way, the highlights on YouTube that I've seen are sped up. I watched the
And
highlights
for
on
the
YouTube,
magic
Jake Paul
touch,
versus Mike Tyson highlights. I forgot who posted it. I think it was Netflix, maybe, or some other place.
your
But they
energy
literally
pumps your motor
sped up the
battery.
footage of them fighting. Like, they sped the punches up for some
Here's
reason,
to
and
some
I'm not sure
special
why,
ops
and it's
stuff.
very cringe. They're trying to make Mike look better than he actually is because they're trying to make it look like it was actually a decent fight when it wasn't. Oh, the acceleration. Yeah, I forgot about that. But yeah, no, it's very pathetic. Very sad to see that fight happen like that. Jake Paul's a clown for choosing yet another easy fight. I wish nothing but the worst for him, and I can't wait to see him get knocked out one day. It will be a tremendous, tremendous pleasure to see when that happens. What do you guys think about the black? Do you guys like that? I don't know. I know you guys can't because you can't tell me because I'm not live streaming, but I was wondering what you guys think of that. I kind of like the orange. I think I want to stick with the orange. I feel like it's a bit too bright. Well, we can experiment a little bit. Let's try. And then let's try the. What should we try now? Should we try the black? Potentially? I mean, I like that. That's cool. Yeah, and then let's go to the spoiler. The spoiler is going to make this look a whole lot better, I think. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. Why is this blue down there? I don't know why it's blue. It's alright. It's fine. Not worried about that. But, yeah, man. It's not a good day. Terrible fight, terrible everything except for the Katie Taylor Amanda Serrano fight. That was a fight. That is the only reason that I'm actually happy I watched the event. And not that I'm happy in general, but like, wow, that was a great fight. I must say that was a very, very entertaining fight, and respect to those two women for going out there and giving it their all and putting on a great show. Um, Absolutely respect to that. Uh, But yeah, the fight was terrible. Jake definitely won. The fight wasn't rigged, despite what all these losers are going to tell you. Mike was too old. He got too tired, and he didn't want to do anything. He just didn't want to offer to change the light color. He
What's
just didn't
wrong with
want
him
to fight,
now?
man. Or maybe he did, but he was just too tired. Mike should never fight again. I seen at the end he was talking about, maybe I'll fight Logan next. No, please God, don't do that. Logan, I don't think Logan could get the knockout. but I think if they fought, it would be another boring decision. Mike would get too tired. I think you might see Mike even rock Logan early on in the fight because Mike he thrives against taller guys like that. But overall, you'd see Logan win a decision because he would be just like Jake and he'd get too scared to go for the finish. I need to go make like $200 real quick so I can what's it called? So I can um buy the orange light on here. But yeah, man, it's awful. It was a terrible fight. Absolutely terrible fight. Hate it. Hate everything about it. Absolute joke of a fight. I mean, I'm just going to keep saying that because I feel like it needs to be said. And I don't care personally. I don't give a shit, man. It was a joke of a fight. The only YouTuber slash influencer kind of thing person that I could see, um, where's the money at? Okay, so it's just not here. Great. The only influencer kind of boxer I could see knocking out Mike Tyson would be KSI, and that's if he went up to about 200 pounds. And the only reason I could see him knocking him out is because he actually goes for it. He will actually attack Mike Tyson. He's not going to be stupid and stand there scared of a 58-year-old man who's depleted and out of gas like Jake Paul did. He would actually go for the damn knockout, you know what I mean? I'm trying to kill this damn person. My aim's terrible. Oh well, fuck it. But, yeah, man, absolute joke of a fight. I like to see KSI fight. Well, no, I don't want to see KSI fight Mike Tyson because I don't want to see Mike get hurt like that, you know what I mean? But I don't want to see Mike ever fight again, man, unless it's another older guy. Well, no, not even then, man. It'll just be sad to watch. Anyone who thought this fight would be close is stupid. Or they just don't understand boxing on as deep of a level as I do. I don't know. Most rational and actual, like, common sense having people knew that this fight was going to be a joke from the beginning. If they would have fought, I'll say 5 years ago, maybe. If they would have fought 5 years ago, you might have seen Mike have about a 30 to 40% chance of winning. You might have seen him potentially even rock Jake or knock him down once or twice. If they would have fought 10 years ago, Mike would have, honest to God, I think Mike would have probably beaten him. And if it was 15 years ago, definitely Mike would have beaten him. Just one of those things where you have a classic Jake Paul always cherry-picking his opponents. He's always got to fight an old retired MMA fighter, or he's got to fight an MMA fighter who recently retired, but they weren't even a puncher, they were a wrestler. Or just fight a boxer who's like 30, 40 pounds less than you. It's never like... And the only time he fought someone who was young and a boxer and around his weight class, the only time he did that, he lost, and it was Tommy Fury. And then you've seen KSI go and, take the riskiest fight of his career, and Tommy Fury, and you've seen him beat Tommy Fury, and you've seen him land more punches, you've seen him do more damage, you've seen him control more rounds, you just see, maybe not control, Tommy probably had control, but KSI beat him, he landed more punches, landed more power punches. Tommy outlanded him, I believe, in 2 rounds out of a 6-round fight. So, this isn't to rant about that, but absolute joke of a fight. I don't care who Jake Paul fights next. Unless it's Conor McGregor, I'm not watching it. I don't give a fuck. I seen Shaquille O'Neal and Rob Gronkowski talking about how they're going to try and set up an NBA versus NFL boxing card, and it's going to be a bunch of old retired guys. Which, I don't want to see them get hurt, but, I don't think any of them will have enough experience to hurt each other. I think it'll just kind of be a bunch of decision wins or stoppages, not really any clean knockouts. You won't really be impressed with anything. That would be interesting to see Shaq fight, though, because he's already been in a boxing ring. If you guys haven't seen that clip, I forgot who he was in there with. It was just like a fun little event, kind of weird little fight or whatever. But you guys can take what you will out of this fight. The only thing I'm taking out of it is that Mike wasn't doing it for anybody, he's doing it for himself, and he feels as if he's proud of himself for, going 8 rounds with Jake Paul. He's proud of it. Granted, Jake Paul could have easily rushed him and knocked him out, but he for some reason didn't. I don't know if if he had too much respect for Mike and didn't want to see him hurt, or if if he was scared that Mike would come out of nowhere with a hook and maybe knock him out or knock him down or whatever. Not sure. Maybe he was scared. Maybe he had too much respect and didn't want to hurt the guy. I'm not sure. But yeah, man. It's just very bad day in general. Not a good fight. Two good fights on the main card. Best fight of the night, I knew it would be ahead of time, was Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. I wanted I wanted Katie Taylor to win. And I was cheering for her, but after seeing the intentional headbutts that she was doing and all the dirty fighting, around round 4, around round 3 or 4, I believe, is where I started rooting for, I think it was 4. Round 4 is where I started rooting for Amanda Serrano. And if they end up having a trilogy, I will be rooting for Amanda Serrano. But, we have some good fights tonight. I might make a prediction video on the Jon Jones and Stipe, and I might go through that whole, main card, maybe even the prelims, and just give little brief predictions of who I think is going to win. If you guys want to see that, let me know. I know my videos don't get too many views, but, I just kind of make videos just to make them. I don't really do it for views. I kind of just do it to... I have a group of like 4 or 5 guys who sometimes will sit down and watch my YouTube videos, and they can watch that whenever they want, but it's kind of just a talking channel at this point. It's not really content based. Like, it's not like you're watching it for the gameplay, it's just kind of just watching it for, to hear me talk about shit, I know way too much about combat sports, man, and I've actually might have a slight you could probably say a very bold prediction of what's going to happen tonight. I don't know if I'll be able to watch the UFC fight. If Stream East starts working, which is, the website I used to watch them, then I will be able to watch. But we'll see what happens. I might have a bit of a bold prediction. I'm going to have to think my picks out a little bit longer before I make a overall, prediction for each fight. There's a bunch of fights I'm not sure on. Oh my god. You've got the Michael Chandler, Charles Oliveira rematch. You've got Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic. You've got, I had to do that, by the way. I always have to run them over. You got the other fights. I'm going to have to look at them, and make predictions and stuff, tell you what I think about them, give you a basic rundown of the fights and what I think is going to happen. But, yeah, man, it's going to be good tonight. I hope we're actually going to get some actual good, entertaining fights tonight. We'll see what happens. Wow, that was interesting. That was, the most random jump ever, but it's fine. But let me know what you guys thought of the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight. Let me know if you thought... Bro, does water come out of these? I gotta see this now. I'm curious. Oh my god, that's sick. Let me know what you guys thought of the fight. Tell me if you thought it was rigged, which if you do, I'm going to call you a dumbass. Tell me if you think Jake could have done more and could have knocked him out, which obviously I feel like it's obvious that he could have. Tell me why you think this. Well, here's the question of the video that I'm curious about. Tell me why you think Jake Paul didn't try to put the pressure on Mike and knock him out. Tell me why you think he didn't do that, because I'm actually curious what you guys think. I personally think it's a mixture of two things. I think it is, one, the main reason I think is because I think he was actually a little bit scared of Mike landing a big hook on him if he comes in and goes for a knockout. Because you've seen, at the end of the fight, the interview, if you guys watched it, which most of you probably didn't even make it to the interview. But, Jake said, I was trying to hurt Mike, but I was scared he was going to hurt me or something. And I think, Mike caught him in the first round with about 3 good punches. So you think maybe Jake Paul got caught with something in the first round that made him think, holy fuck, this guy hits hard. That's shit, and I don't want any part of that. You could see something like that. I'm just driving around randomly, by the way, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of driving around and talking. But yeah, man, you guys can let me know what you thought, but I think it was that was the main reason, and then I think the second reason was obviously because I think he had a little bit of respect for Mike and didn't want to, knock him out cold or knock him out or hurt him too badly, because you seen he was doing that nervous thing that he's done throughout his career where he bites his glove because he's got like a biting thing that he does for some reason. But I don't know, man. It's not a good event. There's not really any point in sitting here rambling on about it more. We've got new fights. I'm gonna try and forget about that event. Not the event. I'm gonna try and forget about that main event. Jake Paul's a joke, and KSI will knock him out within the next 2 years. Promise you that when they fight, um, if they fight, because Jake Paul seems to be scared. But yeah, man. Tell me what you guys think, and I got some new fights to focus on. I want to make some videos on that, and we will see what happens tonight. I'll let you know my predictions. I've got maybe something that somebody would say is a bold prediction for one of the fights specifically, and there might be two things that you guys think are bold predictions. I gotta go down and hit this ramp real quick for the end of the video. But I got two predictions that might be a bit bold. I'm gonna have to think them through just a little bit more before I confirm them as my final pick. If you guys want to download Verdict MMA, which is an app for picking fights, you guys can follow me on that and see all my fight picks every time a fight is on. You guys can check that out. It's called Verdict MMA, like VERDICT MMA. And you make fight picks and you wager like XP, not real money, but you can do real money, I think. I don't know if it's still on there or not. But you wager XP, so you basically get 500. I think 600. It's 600 total, but you have to bet 100 on each fight because that's like the lowest you can do. But you can go up to 500 extra XP total for the event. You can choose to spend all 500 of it on one fight if you're confident, and the more that you bet, the more payout you'll get and the more XP you'll get. So you're basically wagering XP instead of money, and XP is like towards leveling up, and you have like a actual martial artist ranking system. Like you have white belt when you first start out, then you got your blue belt, then you go up to your, what's after that, purple belt, brown belt, and then black belt, and then they have a red belt now, but that would probably take 4 or 5 years for you guys to get. I used to have a black belt account, but it got banned, and I can't get into the email that has access to it anymore unless I get my phone fixed, then I can. But let me know if you guys want to download that app. You can. I'm going to be on it. I'm going to be grinding out my new account. Hopefully get black belt within the next 2 years or so. Maybe by 2024 or maybe by 2026 I'll have a black belt. Who knows? I need to go ham and get some good picks though. Yeah, but if you guys want, follow me. Let me know if you guys do decide to download that app. They do UFC mostly, but they also do PFL, and they do other little side MMA events every now and then. And sometimes if a legend is fighting, they'll do that because they had the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight on there last night. Let me know, man. If you guys download it, tell me your usernames. I'll follow you on there. You can follow me. My name's, I don't know if I told you my name or not on there, but it's Austin MMA. So it's capital A, Austin, and then the rest is lowercase, and then capital MMA. So it's capital A in Austin, and then lowercase for the rest of the name, and then it's all capital MMA. So that will be my username if you guys want to, follow me on there. And, we can go head to head with our picks and see who does better every week or every weekend. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight. Final thoughts, just to sum it up in about 30 seconds or so, is that Jake Paul's a joke and he only fights older guys, and he can't even knock out half the older guys. He couldn't knock out Anderson Silva. He couldn't knock out Nate Diaz. He couldn't knock out Mike Tyson. He's a joke. He could have knocked out Mike Tyson. I will say he could have. But he was not able to because I think he was scared. So I'll say he couldn't because he was scared. His brain wouldn't let him go for the knockout. But yeah, he couldn't knock out any of those older guys. He knocked out Tyron Woodley. But even Tyron Woodley was beating him in the fight up until the knockout. Tyron Woodley was winning. I think because the knockout happened in round 6. I think I had Jake losing that fight. I think I had Tyron winning 4 rounds to 1 up until that fight happened, or up until that knockout happened, rather. I think it was 4 rounds to 1, and best case scenario, it was 3 rounds to 2, and Jake would have lost to an old man who was a retired UFC fighter who his only good punch was an overhand right. And it would have been embarrassing considering how long Jake's been fighting. But KSI would knock out Tyron Woodley. KSI would beat Nate Diaz. KSI would knock out Anderson Silva. Maybe beat Anderson Silva. I don't know if he'd knock him out. Anderson Silva has good defense. I'd like to think KSI would go for it enough to knock him out, though. And Anderson Silva wouldn't make him pay with a big counter or anything because he's weak. His power's not really on. Gotta run him over. But yeah, no, KSI would knock out every single person that Jake Paul's fought, especially Mike Tyson. Oh my god, man. But yeah, man, it's not a good day for boxing. Very terrible, very pathetic performance, I must say. Is his leg still moving? I don't know. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy this before you guys go. Okay. Enjoy this before you guys go. Alright. See y'all, boys.